Hey, everybody. Happy Make Your Move Monday. This is Latrice McFadden coming to you live all the way from Cambridge, Massachusetts, on the campus of Harvard University, Harvard Law School specifically. I'm excited to be here moving my daughter into her dorm room for the second time ever. Second time moving into dorms. Anyway, I wanted to make sure that I jumped on this week because last week I did not have Make Your Move Monday. And you all know that I am very intentional about being consistent with this, but I was out in the real estate streets, actually on the way to Wilson, and I started to do it in the car and decided not to get on while I was driving. And then life just happened and I did not get to do Make Your Move Monday last week. So wanted to just jump on real quick. Last week, my intention was to talk about short sales and how they are coming back. That things are changing in our economy. And so some people are starting to experience some financial hardships. We were in a bubble, 4 or 5 years ago, for the last few years, and now things are starting to pop a little bit. So wanted to talk about short sales specifically because I have a listing that is a short sale in Nightdale. And what a short sale is, for anyone who has not heard of them, is if the owner, the seller, owes more than what the house is valued at right now. A short sale happens when the lender agrees to accept less than what is owed. So for instance, if the owner owes, I don't know, 400,000 and now the house is only worth 350, then we're not going to get 400,000. And most sellers do not have 40, 50, 60,000, even five or $10,000 sitting around to be able to pay that difference. So when rather than go into foreclosure, the banks will sometimes accept less than what is owed. And that's a little better on a seller's credit than having a complete foreclosure. The downside to it is that a lot of times lenders will not work with you until you are behind. I don't know what the rationale is for that, but they won't work with you. So you're still going to have some dents or dings on your credit. But it's still less detrimental to have a short sale than it is to have a foreclosure on there. So if you're in a situation or if you know someone who is experiencing some financial hardships, maybe behind or starting to get behind in their mortgage, then please reach out to me, have them to reach out to me, and let's talk about what we can do. And then maybe a short sale is not necessarily the only option. Maybe you are one of those that is fortunate to have some equity, but I encourage people to let's reach out, let's talk so that we can be proactive on what's going on and avoid foreclosure. And if you do have some equity, maybe list your home and get it sold so that you don't have to, do a short sale, do a foreclosure. Along with that, I wanted to mention subject to offers. That's been something that been receiving over the last few years, and my initial thought was, no, that makes no sense. Why would someone consider a subject to offer? And just to explain what a subject to offer is, it means that the person that's buying it or making that offer is accepting or purchasing the home subject to your current mortgage, meaning that you keep everything in your name mortgage wise, but you would transfer the title over this new to this new buyer, and then they would continue to make the mortgage payments for you. Sounds a little risky, and there is some risk. And I would say if you're going to consider it, make sure that you're looking at reputable companies that have been around for a while and just do your research, but don't just rule it out because it could be a reasonable solution for you to help you avoid foreclosure and maybe even rebuild your credit if you've gotten into a situation where you're behind on your mortgage. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today. I got to get back to the move-in phase. We've done pretty good, but still some work to do. Um, so if you are in a situation where you're falling behind, experiencing some financial difficulties, let's talk. And it may not even be that you have to look at selling your home or doing a short sale or going into foreclosure. Maybe there's some other options we can talk about to help you keep your home if that's your ultimate goal. But what you don't want to do is to sit around and just think that it's going to magically go away, because it is not. It's not. You're going to get a knock on the door one day from the sheriff saying you have 2 hours to get whatever you can get out, or an hour to get whatever you can get out. And maybe there's a realtor there like me saying, here, I can offer you $1,000 to help you move, or, get your stuff out and leave the home in broom swept condition. So we want to avoid that. So don't ever feel like you're in a bubble, you're alone, you're the only person that this is happening to, and feel embarrassed or ashamed, because life is lifing for people these days, and you just want to try to get ahead of it and deal with the situation, rather than waiting and letting it just decide for you what your options are. So that's all I have for you today on this Make Your Move Monday, from a beautiful day in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So happy Make Your Move Monday. Remember to make your move, because every step counts. And I'm excited because Triangle Wealthy Group is having our client appreciation event this Saturday. If you are one of my clients, or if you're a Triangle Wealthy Group Realtor client and you haven't gotten your invitation, reach out to me or reach out to your realtor so that you can get your invitation and join us on Saturday. We have some phenomenal sponsors. We have State Farm, Melvin Greenwood State Farm. We have Landmark Construction. We have Carolina Property Law. We have our annual sponsors, Arnett Law and Self Help Credit Union. So we're really appreciative to them for believing us and entrusting in us to allow us to be able to do these exciting events that we're going to have. And then be sure to stay tuned. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday, we'll be back with our bi-weekly masterminds for our fellow realtors. And then we will have our monthly consumer event. And I probably shouldn't have started doing this, because for the life of me, I cannot remember what it is in September. But we will have, I think it's pad split and renting and investing, I think. But you can go to twgpresents.com, and all of our consumer events are there for you to register. And then you can also go to TWG Mastermind if you're a realtor, to join us, to register and join us for our masterminds every other Thursday. So not this Thursday, but next Thursday. So again, happy Make Your Move Monday. Have a fabulous day. Make your move, because every step counts, and we will talk